Have you ever found yourself in a situation where everything seems out of control? Where, despite your efforts, nothing seems to go right, and that self-confidence you once had just vanished? Maybe you're wondering where that person who faced life's challenges with courage went, the one who believed in their own abilities and was ready for anything. How can you recover that inner power? What if I told you that the confidence you feel you've lost isn't really lost, just hidden, and that there's a way to bring it back, stronger than ever? Imagine a path followed by leaders, thinkers, and warriors throughout history. A path that prepared them to face uncertainty, adversity, and chaos with unshakable calm and unwavering confidence. That path is Stoicism, a practical and accessible philosophy that teaches us how to deal with life's difficulties and, above all, helps us rebuild our self-confidence from the inside out. In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful lessons left to us by ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, and how these lessons can help you regain your self-confidence even in the most difficult moments. Get ready for a deep and transformative journey. Hello, I am Henrique Magalhaes, and today I'll guide you on the path to developing self-control over your confidence. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like, and share this video. It helps a lot and motivates me to bring more content to you. With that done, let's dive in. Accept what you cannot control. Let's start with one of Stoicism's most fundamental ideas, the distinction between what is and is not within our control. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminds us that it's not events that disturb us, but our judgment of them. This phrase contains immense wisdom. How often do we feel shaken by something that was completely out of our control? What others think of us, the behavior of coworkers, an unexpected change in circumstances. The list is endless. The essence of this lesson is accepting that there are 2 categories of things in the world, those we can control and those we cannot. Stoicism teaches us that we should focus only on the first category, as the second is beyond our reach. For example, you can control how much you study for an exam, but you can't control what the professor will think of your essay. You can control how much effort you put into your job, but you can't control whether your boss will value your effort. By focusing your energy only on what's within your reach, you free your mind from unnecessary anxieties. The moment you deeply accept this truth, you take the first step toward regaining your confidence. Because your confidence no longer depends on external results. It depends on your effort, attitude, and actions, things that are in fact under your control. Practical example. Imagine you're in an important work meeting. You've done your research, prepared a flawless presentation, but in the end your boss criticizes your proposal. At that moment, someone without a Stoic mindset might feel demotivated, thinking the criticism defines their worth. But following Stoicism, you understand that the criticism is something you can't control. What's under your control is the preparation, effort, and attitude towards the feedback. By focusing on that, your confidence remains intact. The power of a disciplined mind. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, is famous for his Meditations, a set of writings he made for himself to keep his mind disciplined and focused. One of his most powerful teachings is that your mind will be like you train it. The human mind is incredibly powerful. It can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. What often prevents us from having confidence is not reality, but how we interpret reality. We all have internal dialogues. Imagine, for example, that you're about to give a speech. Your mind starts creating scenarios. What if I forget what to say? What if people don't like it? What if I fail? This sequence of thoughts can undermine your confidence before you even step onto the stage. An undisciplined mind tends to wander into negative territory, creating scenarios of failure. But Stoicism teaches that it's possible to train the mind to avoid these kinds of thoughts. The practice of a disciplined mind begins with awareness of your thoughts. When you notice that your mind is creating scenarios that weaken your confidence, stop. Ask yourself, is this helping or hurting me? Replace these thoughts with more constructive ones. I've prepared for this speech. I have knowledge to share. I can't control how others will react, but I can control my performance. Practical example. Think of a high-performance athlete. They don't just train their bodies, but also their minds. Before an important competition, they visualize success, repeat positive mantras, and stay focused on the present. This same principle can be applied in everyday life. By disciplining your mind to focus on what matters, you develop unshakable confidence. Live according to your principles and values. Stoicism places great emphasis on virtue. For Stoics, virtue is the greatest good we can achieve, and living according to our principles is the key to a full and confident life. But what does this mean in practice for self-confidence? True confidence comes from knowing that you are acting according to what you believe. If you live with integrity, honesty, and courage, your self-confidence strengthens because you know you are doing what is right, regardless of external consequences. It's a confidence that cannot be shaken by the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the Roman Empire, faced countless challenges. Even in the midst of wars, betrayals, and disasters, he always remained true to his Stoic principles of justice, wisdom, and self-control. He believed that as long as he acted according to virtue, the rest didn't matter. This is the essence of unshakable confidence. Practical example. Suppose you are in a situation where you are pressured to act against your values. Maybe at work, where you're tempted to lie or cheat to gain an advantage. If you give in, you might have a temporary gain, but it undermines your confidence because you know you didn't act according to your principles. On the other hand, if you maintain your integrity, you reinforce your confidence because you know that no matter what happens, you are living according to your values. Failure is a teacher, not an executioner. If there's one thing we all fear, it's failure. It's natural. The fear of not reaching a goal, of being judged, or of disappointing ourselves can be paralyzing. However, Stoics viewed failure very differently. For them, failure was not an enemy to be feared, but a valuable teacher. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "The man who has not experienced adversity does not know his own strength." For Stoics, failure is an essential part of growth. Every defeat, every mistake, every stumble is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Failure is an experience that reveals our true resilience. By changing your perspective on failure, you naturally develop more confidence because you understand that it's not the result that defines your worth, but your ability to rise and continue after failure. When you stop fearing failure, you become braver, more willing to take risks, and paradoxically, more likely to succeed. Practical example. Imagine you're learning something new, like playing a musical instrument. At first, it's inevitable that you'll make mistakes. If you give up at the first sign of difficulty, you'll never learn. But if you persist, treating each mistake as an opportunity to improve, not only will you learn to play, but you'll also strengthen your confidence in your abilities. Let go of the need for external validation. Often, our confidence is directly tied to the opinions of others. If we are praised, we feel good. If we are criticized, we feel bad. But Stoicism teaches us that this dependence on the approval of others is a dangerous trap. By basing your self-confidence on what others think, you give your power away to them. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, said, "What others think of you is their problem, not yours." This may seem harsh at first, but it's incredibly liberating. You have no control over what others think, so why let it affect your inner peace? Practical example. Think of an artist who creates something genuine and authentic. If they worry too much about criticism, they might start shaping their art to please others, losing their authenticity in the process. However, if they stay true to themselves, creating something they believe in, their confidence in their work will grow, regardless of public opinion. Live in the present. Now is all you have. Stoicism teaches that anxiety and regret are products of focusing on the past or the future, places over which we have no control. Epictetus reminds us, "Do not waste your energy on what has already passed or what is yet to come. Focus on the present." When you concentrate on the present, you free yourself from worries that undermine your confidence. The past cannot be changed, and the future is uncertain. The only moment when you can truly act is now. By living fully in the present, you become more effective, calmer, and consequently, more confident. Imagine you're in a sports game. If your mind is focused on past mistakes or on how the game will end, you're not fully present in the moment. By focusing on the here and now, you can make better decisions and perform to the best of your ability. These 6 Stoic lessons are not mere philosophical concepts. They are practices that you can start implementing immediately in your life. True self-confidence doesn't come from outside, but is something you cultivate internally through the way you choose to think and act. Remember, you have control over your actions, your thoughts, and how you respond to the world around you.